Deep within a jungle, bathed in dappled sunlight, lay a peaceful forest. This forest was a sanctuary, a haven where nature thrived in harmony. The trees stood tall and proud, their leaves forming a verdant canopy that danced with the light. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, whispering secrets among the trees. It was as if the forest itself was alive, breathing and speaking in a language only it understood. Birds sang sweetly, their melodies filling the air. Their songs were a symphony of nature, each note a testament to the beauty and tranquility of this hidden paradise. Small creatures scurried through the undergrowth, unafraid in their leafy home. They moved with a sense of purpose, each one playing its part in the delicate balance of the forest ecosystem. But this tranquility was not to last. A sense of unease began to creep through the forest, a whisper of danger that grew louder with each passing moment. Sheroo the tiger had arrived. His presence was a force of nature, a reminder of the wild and untamed spirit of the jungle. Sheroo was a creature of immense power. His muscles rippled beneath his striped coat, each step a display of his strength and dominance. His roar echoed through the trees, striking fear into the hearts of all who heard it. It was a sound that commanded respect and instilled terror. His eyes, like burning coals, seemed to see into the very souls of his prey. They were eyes that held the promise of both life and death. The forest animals trembled at his approach, for they knew the danger he brought. They hid in the shadows, hoping to escape his notice. The once peaceful glades fell silent. The air grew thick with tension, every creature holding its breath. The birds stopped their singing. Their sudden silence was a stark contrast to the vibrant melodies that had filled the forest just moments before. The forest held its breath, united in fear. Every leaf, every blade of grass seemed to be waiting, anticipating what would come next. Sheroo was the king of this jungle, and his presence cast a long shadow. He was a ruler who commanded both awe and fear, a true embodiment of the wild. One day a young deer named Mohan wandered into the forest. He was curious and adventurous, always eager to explore new places. He was new to this part of the jungle, unaware of the danger that lurked within. The dense foliage and unfamiliar sounds made him cautious. Mohan was known for his speed. He could outrun almost any creature in the forest, his legs a blur as he sprinted through the underbrush. His hooves barely touched the ground as he darted through the trees, moving with a grace that was almost magical. But he was also known for his sharp mind. Mohan was not just fast, he was clever and resourceful, always thinking ahead. Mohan was quick-witted and observant, always alert to his surroundings. He knew that being aware was just as important as being fast. The other deer warned him about Sheroo. They gathered around him, their eyes filled with concern. "Beware, young Mohan," they said. "This forest is ruled by a fearsome tiger." This forest is ruled by a fearsome tiger. Sheroo was not just any tiger, he was the most feared predator in the jungle. He is the strongest of us all. His strength and cunning made him a formidable foe. None can escape his wrath. His roar alone could send shivers down the spine of any creature, but Mohan was not easily deterred. He had a spirit that refused to be broken. He had faced challenges before, relying on his speed and his wits to see him through. Each obstacle had made him stronger and more determined. He would not live in fear. Mohan was ready to face whatever came his way, confident in his abilities and his quick mind. It wasn't long before Sheroo caught Mohan's scent. The tiger's nostrils flared, his eyes gleamed with predatory hunger. He had found his next meal. Sheroo charged, his roar splitting the silence of the forest. Mohan heard the tiger's approach and knew he was in danger, but fear did not paralyze him. He had been expecting this. Mohan was fast, but Sheroo was faster. The chase was on. Through the dense undergrowth they ran, the tiger's roars echoing behind him. Mohan knew he couldn't outrun Sheroo forever. He needed to use his cunning. He needed a plan. Mohan veered sharply, leading Sheroo on a winding chase. The forest was dense and the paths were narrow, but Mohan knew every inch of it. He doubled back, using the terrain to his advantage. The rocky ground and uneven terrain were no match for his nimble feet. He jumped over fallen logs, darted around thick trees, and moved with a grace that only a creature of the forest could possess, always staying one step ahead. His heart pounded, but his mind was clear and focused. Sheroo, larger and less agile, struggled to keep up. Mohan's plan was working. The tiger was tiring, its breath coming in heavy pants. Finally, exhausted and frustrated, Sheroo gave up the chase. The mighty predator had met his match in the clever deer. He let out a roar of defeat that echoed through the silent trees. The forest seemed to hold its breath, acknowledging the end of the chase. Mohan had done what no other animal had done before. He stood tall, his eyes gleaming with triumph. He had outsmarted the fearsome Sheroo. His intelligence and quick thinking had saved him. He had proven that courage and wisdom could triumph even over brute strength. The sun set behind him, casting a golden glow over the forest, marking the end of a victorious day.